And I think after the pop and after the excitement, watching him play made me believe that although 31 different fan bases wanted this dude to stink bad. I mean, they wanted Mac Jones, who had that walk on draft night. You know, Matt Patricia signed off on him.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia didn't really do much great things up there for Detroit.
Zero.
So if Matt Patricia likes him and he has that awkward walk and everything like that, everybody's like, oh, the Patriots stink. They're going to stink forever. You spent $150 million, you don't have a quarterback. That's actually what a lot of people were saying. You don't have a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback. You draft Mac Jones. Then you start learning about Mac Jones. You watch Mac Jones. Photographic memory, they say. Smartest guy, quick guy, throws the ball onto a pin if he has to. Missed a couple throws last night, to be exact.
One throw. He missed one throw.
The one in the end zone would have got broken up anyways. Didn't matter where he threw it. That was perfect defense. The ball that he overthrew on Gunner, though, that thing's probably a tutter. That's a half a yard out of reach there. So that was a miss by him. But I think, first preseason game, potentially a little bit amped up. But if you watched him, and you were one of the other 31 teams that said, you know what, the Patriots are fucking dead. I hate massholes. We don't have to hear from them again. This guy's going to stink. You watched last night. It was this guy's not going to stink.
Nope.
I don't think all I said is I don't want to overreact, right? We're not big overreactors.
No, not at all.
Never. No. Can't do it. Won't do it.
That would be irresponsible.
Can't win with it. Won't. I don't want to overreact, but I think 31 different teams, fans were hoping Mac Jones would stink. I hate to say this, but it sure seems like he will not. And a lot of people started attacking me on the internet for saying this. I got attacked for saying this. I mean, they were showing up in abundance. Old TJ says here, by your logic, Joe Flacco is a potential MVP candidate because Joe Flacco threw a screen for 79 yards for a touchdown last night for the Philadelphia Eagles. By the way, Joe Flacco was once an MVP candidate back in the day when he got paid $100 million after winning the goddamn Super Bowl. I don't see how those two tie together when I say Mac Jones doesn't seem like he's going to stink. Oh, by your logic, says Teach. Teach was not the only one, by the way. Mark Smith, don't fall for the preseason hype, man. Then he screenshots two of Freezing Cold Takes' posts about Ryan Mallett being the guy back in 2011 when he debuted in preseason, saying, isn't this pretty similar? Quarterback, Patriots, 10 years ago, everybody's loving him. Don't buy in the preseason hype, says Mark Smith. And I appreciate Mark for following along, but listen, Ryan Mallett, who I have drank beers with, golfed with, had a good time with, sang with, enjoyed Arkansas with, saw the biggest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my entire life in public with. I mean, I love Ryan Mallett.
Of course.
I do. I enjoy Ryan Mallett as a human. I liked him everywhere he went in, especially when I heard what he was potentially doing off the field in college. I was like, all right, this dude's a guy. All right, I feel like I'd be friends with this guy. Thought he was incredibly talented, but I don't think it is fair to just say, because I said that Mac Jones wasn't going to stink, to say, oh, this is Ryan Mallett. Ryan Mallett was unbelievably talented, okay? Everybody knows that. Love Ryan Mallett. This is not a shot at Ryan Mallett. Mac Jones is like the most accurate passer in the history of college football, national champion, Heisman finalist, had one of the greatest year, or one of the top two greatest year in the history of college football. And it's not the arm mechanics that we were watching and judging last night. A lot of people were telling me, oh, you're watching against 2s and 3s. It's like, what I was watching was a guy that was looking at the defense, okay, breaking down simple defenses, okay, first preseason game. But I'm just talking about as a rookie, the composure that he had, breaking down things. I guess he had the highest Pro Football Focus football grade, which at this point, we don't know what's going on over there at Pro Football Focus. We love Pro Football Focus. Okay, they named me punter of the decade, and they watch every single film. And I think for punters, it's a lot easier to see if it was a successful rep or a non-successful rep. But there's a lot of other question marks at positions that I think people have called PFF into question. But they're Pro Football Focus. They watch every play. They grade every single one. They're dialing in. They got former scouts. Collinsworth running the thing. And he said some questionable shit, though. I mean, there's been some questionable shit coming out from that account. But Mac Jones had the highest Pro Football Focus quarterback grade. Also, I think the longest attempt per pass. So a lot of people were tweeting me, telling me, oh, dinks and dunks. Throw me a check down with two guys 5 yards away and you're Mac Jones. It's like, actually, I think he had the highest average attempt last night. He won 13 of 19, I think. Had that one drop, one miss. That's 15 of 19 for over 100 and some yards. They said, oh, he couldn't even score a touchdown, only kicked field goals. Quinn Norton. Hell of a night, by the way.
Here we go.
Quinn Norton. live leg.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
big boot.
live leg. It has always been that way too, ever since he was in high school. So much so that Harbaugh went and slept at his house, climbed a tree with him, just like a whole thing to recruit a kicker. And it was a big deal because people were like, look what Harbaugh's doing to get this kicker. It was like, well, this particular guy, Norden, was bombing balls for a long time. Super swagged out too. I was a big fan of everything. When he got to Michigan, I think he kind of hit some different swings and got into a couple different funks, much like every kicker does, potentially. Not every. Most kickers do at one point in their career in college. But everybody has said about Quinn Norden and Belichick, I assume once hearing that this guy was looking for jobs at LinkedIn or something like that because nobody would sign him after coming from Michigan. He was once the top recruit in high school. Bill Belichick goes, hey, folks hurt, right? He guys always seems to be hurt, but he comes back in. Well, that guy's been kicking 70-yard field goals since he was, 17 years old? Oh, fuck it. Let's see if he can figure it out.
Bring him in.
The guy was thinking about going and selling insurance. He might be at a different point. He was crushing ball. Missed an extra point, which I don't know how the operation was, but he was absolutely slaughtering the ball. It's great to see whenever... So this would be like, when Tiger Woods is back and his driver is dialed in?
Sure.
And then, and he just gets up there and it's just going exactly where he wants. When you have a kicker, like Tucker has been doing this for so long, it's why it is absolutely stupid what he's been able to. When you have somebody that slaughters balls and they're just hitting it so pure and you see the ball spinning slowly, fast spin means they undercut it. Might have done it on purpose to cut through some wind, but you're not going to get as much distance. He hit that 50-yarder, and it was end over end, slow rotation, like the most beautiful. I mean, like, I would assume it's how Judge felt or how Alexander felt or whatever. As soon as they hit that, it feels like it's gone. Like, when you see that ball just spinning perfectly end over end, it's like, wow, you fucking slaughtered that football. I think it went over the net from 50. I hope he continues to do that, miss the extra point. How will he bounce back? That's the question. But a lot of people are burying Mac Jones for that, not scoring a touchdown. And whenever I said I didn't think he was going to stink, it's because everything else he was doing, the composure, the poise, the arm strength was there. He was breaking down the defense, simple defense. He ran a 2-minute drill, hurry up drill, went 8 to 9, I think, or something like that. Was very hot. If you're a Patriots fan, you see that. Now, I don't think you have enough weapons still. Like Jonnu and Hunter Henry, awesome. James White's been catching fucking screens for 50 years for the Patriots. He's still faster somehow. I think you need another guy. I'm not 100% sure. You might fall into the same thing that we got going on here at the Colts if T.Y. can't eat and Pittman doesn't. But, man, you got to be pumped about what you saw out of Mac. The internet hates it, which is good news for Patriots fans.
Yeah, I expected a lot of hate if he did well, so, that is good news. But like you said, the biggest thing for Mac Jones was the pre-snap reads, him checking the offensive line, changing who the mic was. And that's what happened with Cam that he couldn't do that you've been hearing like throughout practice is that, Cam will come up, he'll identify who the mic is, and then he'll snap the ball. Mac will come up, he'll identify who the mic is, he'll give a fake and then see what they're doing, and then he'll change the play. And we will, probably fall to the fact that we don't have enough weapons because the Chiefs are still the standard, and we're definitely not near the Chiefs yet. But with the defense and the special teams and just the promise that you see from Mac, you got to hope he's there week 1.